Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we are continuing the March of the King, and this is actually being done on my catch-up stream that we're filming as of right now on October 26th, and I'm doing a little bit of everything, killing two birds with one stone. And this March of the King, we're going to be looking at Mothra. We're going to be talking about what I think the greatest moment is in Mothra versus Godzilla. Here we go. Okay guys, welcome back. So Mothra versus Godzilla, and this is definitely one of the better Showa movies in the Godzilla franchise. Actually still one of the better movies overall in my opinion. I thought it was a good story. I love the Godzilla suit in this movie. It's a little on the loose, but I like his face, the way they made his face, and it looks real mean. And this is just a classic. I mean, I think this is, when you talk about this movie and movies like Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, you know, some people, I mean, even me, I would have to throw in the Smog Monster in there. It's a very unique movie. I think the Showa series has a lot of great movies, but it does have a lot of real cheesy ones. You know, obviously, we were just talking about Godzilla vs. King Kong. Even though it's a very popular one, it is very, 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 very corny. And and then you have movies like Godzilla's Revenge and Godzilla vs. the Sea Monster. So it's so funny because there's such a parallel. You know, you have some movies that are just really bad, and then you have some movies that are just really good, and this is one of the good ones. And it wasn't actually very hard for me to find a greatest moment in this movie. And it might actually surprise you guys as to what I decided was the greatest moment in this movie. But I made this decision because I looked at the movies before this, the few before this, and you could actually say officially this was the first time this happened. But for me, the greatest moment in Godzilla or Mothra versus Godzilla was Godzilla's defeat. Yes, when the two little Mothra larvae came in there and basically outsmarted Godzilla, used the territory and the surroundings to guard themselves from his atomic breath, and slowly but surely picked apart at the big guy with their silk webbing to basically keep him tied up, and eventually he couldn't see, he didn't know his surroundings, and he tumbled into the ocean. And you can call this Godzilla's first official loss. There's the whole controversy with Godzilla versus Kong. I personally do not consider that a loss or a win or either or. It just is what it is. I would say this is definitely Godzilla's first official loss against another monster at this point in time as his movies were being released. And I, you know, as much as I hate to pick it, I have to pick it because when you go into this movie at this point, if you're a Godzilla fan, you've seen Godzilla movies, Godzilla is pretty much indestructible and pretty much beats most of the monsters he's come across. And no matter how you view Godzilla versus King Kong, he still is undefeated to a certain extent going into this movie. And this was a clear defeat. There was no questions here. There were no, you know, someone got out of the water first, but there was none of that. He was beat. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. He shouldn't be too invincible. He's about invincible enough as it is. But I really do think this was one of the greatest moments. I really think this probably what propelled Mothra into her popularity. But I did think it was the greatest moment, even if it's kind of hard to watch and you're kind of sick of Mothra always beating him. But it is a great moment because the first time you see it, you know, you think to yourself, all right, even though Godzilla's the villain here, how are these two little caterpillars going to beat this guy? There's no way. So the shock, it's almost like Tyson's first loss, you know what I mean? Or Ali's first loss. You don't see it coming. You don't think it's going to happen, and then it does, and you're like, holy shit. And before you know it, he's tumbling down the side of a mountain filled with all this white shit like this, and that's it. It's over. It's a loss. End credits. It is a great moment because of the shock factor. It gives a great ending to what is a very good movie, and it humbles the Godzilla fan who at this point probably was very, very cocky about their big nuclear monster But yes, he had been defeated. It is a great moment. Godzilla's first loss, a moment that will always go down in history when you look back at it. And I thought it was great. It's just a great movie overall. And while there's a lot of great scenes in this movie, I just think from, like I said, from the fact that it's his first official loss and the fact that it probably was a shock factor for anyone who saw it the first time and is a huge Godzilla fan and automatically thinks that he's going to win, it was great. It was great. It was just a perfect ending to what is one of the more solid Showa movies. And that's my pick for the greatest moment of Mothra versus Godzilla. So next week we're going to be doing Ghidorah, the three-headed monster. We'll be talking about that. It's also one of my favorite Showa movies. I have a lot of Showa movies that are my favorite. I would still say that Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is number one. But I did enjoy Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, a great deal. So I'm going to be looking forward to looking through that and finding what I think is my greatest moment. But outside of that, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comments below what you thought the greatest moment for Mothra vs. Godzilla was. And I'm looking forward to hearing it. Until next time, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content. Or you can click here to become an E.T.N. patron. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.